Great one. It's a casserole recipe that everyone's going to love. Because when you're thinking of bringing a casserole to people you don't really know, you need to be a little bit careful and not do something too over the top. Well, it's a taco casserole, so who's not going to like this? And it's a real quick fix, very affordable. You can make one for you and one for the neighbors. Sip of coffee, I'm going to get to work. All right, we're going to brown up 2 pounds of lean ground beef. And you know what, as I mentioned, like on a Sunday, that's my big cooking day, where, why not make 2 casseroles? One for yourself, one for a neighbor, or one for a family who's really going through a tough time or is crazy busy, or one you get an extra for your freezer. So, think about doubling your recipes. Oh, that is some gorgeous looking ground beef. I'm super picky when it comes to ground beef, and you should be too, and that's why, love Festival, because look at this. They grind up that ground beef 3 to 4 times fresh every single day, and so it makes a big difference in my book. We all bought that ground beef or seen that ground beef at that one, that just didn't look all that great, That scares me. Not at Festival. You're not going to find that there. So I'm just going to get this going using my old chop and stir. And you notice I've got a pretty big pan because we're going to throw a bunch of stuff in this pan to pull this all together. I'm going to get to work on a green pepper and just dice it up. Now, the kids don't like green pepper, you could leave it out, not a big deal. But so Friday, I get an email from the Dr. Oz show. The Dr. Oz show, it airs on our station. He used to be with Oprah, and now he's got his own show. Great show. And they say, Amy, we'd love to have you come on the Dr. Oz show and cook up some healthy breakfast recipes. Would you be interested in doing it? And I said, of course, I would love to do it. And then I said, when? And they said, we need to fly to New York on Monday. Well, then I had Ireland's dance competition all last weekend. So it's been a whirlwind. Bottom line, did this show Monday, flew out Monday afternoon. No, I flew out Monday. So I flew out, and then my flight landed in Newark, New Jersey, which is right outside of, that's there's 3 airports you can fly into if you fly to New York. Turns out that the vice president was in town and his motorcade. So that meant traffic went nowhere after I got off the plane and I was in my car being taken to the hotel. We sat literally for an hour outside of the Newark airport, kind of like in the road going out. No movement. People got out of their cars. It was beautiful spring weather too. There were, people hanging out outside. There was nobody going anywhere. Finally, we got moving, and after we got moving, I was actually at the hotel in no time. I met a friend for dinner, and I thought, I'm going to have to push back these reservations. Made it to dinner right on time. Had a lovely dinner with an old friend who actually used to be a producer here at Fox 11, and hadn't seen him forever. And then got up the next morning, took a walk on Central Park, which I'd never been to Central Park before. It's kind of interesting, such a big, crazy city, and then you've got Central Park, like right there. It's beautiful, though, and spring had sprung there, too. I saw the daffodils, and there were blossoms on the trees, and I was just kind of trying to calm my nerves a little bit, and peeked into a couple of shops, and really realized quickly that I wasn't going to buy anything. No. They're expensive. So I did have fun window shopping and looking, though. And then went back to my hotel, changed and got ready, and went and did the Dr. Oz show. And I'm not sure yet when it's going to air, but he is a very lovely man, and it was a wonderful experience. And thanks to all the well-wishers, because I Facebook about it, and everybody was so kind, and felt like a, Wisconsin girl takes in the big city, kind of like a fish out of water. I hope I didn't stand out too much. I'm certainly not a New Yorker, They walk around there, a lot of the people, with headphones in their ears, like iPod headphones in their ears. So basically saying, don't talk to me. And here I am, can you tell me a good place for coffee? And they're like, we don't talk to each other here. One lady said, no. She did. But then, other people are lovely. So, I don't have that New York attitude, I guess, I love these Wisconsin people. We all talk to each other. But anyway, did meet some really wonderful people in New York, too, and had a great time. So, and we'll keep you posted as to when the show is going to run. And I took a bunch of pictures, so I'll have to show them to you. The green room is not green. by the way. My green room was blue, and I'll show you some pictures of that. All right, in goes my onion, too, with my bell pepper. A couple other things I wanted to talk about is big night out coming up. Please join us. These are so fun. Oh, my gosh. This is going to be, I think, one of the best ones ever. I actually was having dinner at this place with a friend in Manitowoc, and it's somebody, one of you guys turned me on to it. In fact, somebody at our last big night out said, you got to try out this place called The Club in Manitowoc. So I went, had dinner with a friend there, and it was wonderful. And they're doing our next big night out. This used to be an old Elks Club. It's right on the water in Manitowoc, and really nice food. The menu, this is, I mean, you're not going to find a better deal than this. It's $50 per person, but it's 5 courses, each course paired with wine. Over the top. They have gone all out on this one. First course is layered fried eggplant with fresh mozzarella cheese, basil, a pesto cream, and marinara sauce. So that's our appetizer. Then we're moving on to their specialty salad, which is absolutely delicious. Mixed greens, spiced walnuts, blue cheese, and a homemade strawberry vinaigrette. Next, our third course, which I'm still raving about, a mushroom almond pested filet of salmon over chipotle fettuccine. Then, we're not done yet. For you steak lovers, we're doing tenderloin of beef with balsamic butter, served with scalloped potatoes. And then for dessert, hope we all got room. We're doing white chocolate mousse in chocolate coffee cups. Doesn't that sound fun? All of the courses, each one of them paired with a different wine. There's going to be a wine expert there. It is going to be a spectacular night. This one's going to book up quickly. It's coming up Thursday, April 26th, 5:30 is when the fun starts. Dinner starts at 6:30. Call and make your reservations. $50 per person, tip included. Come on, man. I mean, I was just in New York. One glass of wine in New York, $22. So I'm appreciating all we have here in Wisconsin. Not that it wasn't fun. Adding 1 packet of taco seasoning mix. So we've got our ground beef here with our onion, a little bit of water, taco seasoning mix, and we're going to start adding some of the rest of the ingredients. Just want to kind of mix that around, get it all in there. All right. In goes our water. I've got 1 can of Rotel tomatoes with the juice that we're going to throw in here. This is going to give it some nice, Mexican flavor, and I love the tomatoes in here. They're really, really nice. Then I've got 2 cans of, you know me, I love my cream of mushroom soup, and this just makes this really rich and creamy and wonderful. If you don't do cream of mushroom soup, you could certainly do cream of chicken soup. Or cream of celery soup, that would work well too. One other quick thing I wanted to mention, hey, I'm in New London tomorrow night, so please come join me. Big fun event going on at the Crystal Falls Supper Club, big cooking show. I'm going to be doing some wonderful, fun spring recipes, so come on out and see me. It's going to be a great, great time. I had a blast there last year, really fun group, so can't wait. That's tomorrow night in New London. Okay. Last night, this is a funny story. So I went from, having a driver, fancy hotel room, even though I'm ironing my shirt in my hotel room, I come home last night, reality check. I, first of all, got in at like 11 o'clock at night, so had walked the dog, and then I'm in the kitchen, and I stepped on mac and cheese on the floor. It's like the kids had mac and cheese while I was gone, I guess, and some of it didn't make it on their plates. So it's like, what is this on my foot? Yeah, real glamorous. But speaking of mac and cheese, oh my gosh, I went to dinner with the friend that I was talking about, and we went to an American Bistro, it was called. It was like an upscale American restaurant. And on the menu was this bacon truffle mac and cheese, and you can take the girl out of Wisconsin, you can't take Wisconsin out of the girl, and it was their signature dish. So I thought, I can't be in New York, and I'm going to order mac and cheese, But I asked the guy, because I always ask the waiter, I said, what do I need to order? What must I order? And he said, you must order this mac and cheese. So I did. I got to figure out that recipe. Wow, knock your socks off good. Okay, we're ready to start assembling this casserole. First thing I want to do is spray the dish. Now, if you're bringing this for a housewarming, put it in one of those foil pans that you don't need back, because that's always such a hassle to have to give the dish back. You're worried about it because you loaned them your favorite casserole dish. They're worried about it because everybody's so busy, and how do I get that dish back to them? Avoid the hassle. Pick up one of those aluminum pans, and it's all good. All right. This is the fun part of this recipe. Tortilla chips, I'm going to use Doritos because they have some great flavor, and just crush them up. Save those chips on the bottom of those bags. Put them in Ziploc baggies. They are great in, Southwest casseroles and things like that, depending on the type of chip it is. Potato chips are great as far as crunchies on casseroles go. Taco chips, again, great on top of all your Mexican dishes. Okay, so we're going to do a layer of the taco chips on the bottom here. This kind of gets layered like lasagna, but way easier to make. So taco chips go down. Then we're going to take some of the taco meat mixture. Put some of that on the top. Now we're going to do some more chips. Just kind of spread it around. And it's all going to bake together and be wonderful, so don't worry about that. All right, more chips. The rest of the meat mixture. And then got to have some cheese, right? In fact, in my recipes that I did with Dr. Oz, he wanted some healthy recipes. Healthy breakfast recipes is what I did on the show. Had to have cheese in a couple of them. Had to, from Wisconsin. So we did a little bit of cheese in a couple of the recipes. So down over the top. We're making it real easy here. Shredded Mexican blend cheese, a few cups of that. And then you bake this as is. And then right before, maybe 20 minutes, 25 minutes into the baking of this. So this bakes in the oven, 350 for about 30 minutes, so 25, 30 minutes. Then you're going to want to put the remainder of the chips on the top. You don't want to put them on right away because then they're going to get mushy, and we want some crunch on the top. So at the very last 10, 15 minutes of cooking, that's when the rest of these chips go on and you finish baking. So if you're giving this as a housewarming gift, give them instructions, put the remainder of the remaining chips in a little bit of a Ziploc bag and just write it down. Bake according, 350 degrees for so long, and then here's your extra trips to sprinkle on top. This one is a winner. I think even, the kids love tacos. Everyone loves tacos, so I think everyone's going to love this casserole. Okay, here it is. Smells delicious. Been dreaming about this all morning. And then you serve it with your favorite taco fixing. So you can do shredded lettuce, a little diced tomato or pico de gallo, sour cream, sliced black olives, scallions, you name it. Have fun with it, and it's a winner. It really is. And